Hi there, this is Kim Danke coming to you, not live, but coming to you recorded from the Shibboleth studios in Kennesaw, Georgia. And I am here today with Shibboleth success story, Pinky Quick. How are you today, Pinky?
Hey guys, I'm great. How are you guys? I hope y'all are good.
Yes, we're doing great. And thank you so much for allowing us to share your story. We certainly appreciate having you as a member. And first of all, we're just so thankful for your success and everything because you've done this. You've taken the information that Shibboleth provides and you've applied it. So you've done it. And I find that is just a huge success story. That is wonderful.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I'm an absolute lover of Shibboleth. I absolutely love it. I'm so excited to get to share about it.
Good, good. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm just going to ask you a few questions. And the first question is, when did weight become an issue for you?
Well, I got to the point when I started Shibboleth, it was January of 2019, and I knew that my weight had got out of control, but I wasn't really doing anything about it. It had got to the point where we'd drive through, get fast food, eat whatever, but I was January of 2019. 260 pounds, and I'm almost 5'2", so I was a pretty big weight at that point. And realized actually in October before that, I'd realized that it was out of control and I needed to do something. Signed up for Shibboleth at the end of October, but then didn't start until about the third week in January 23rd. I felt like I needed to learn it first. I was one of those people that I needed to know what I was getting myself into before I started it.
Yes, yes, I totally understand that. Well, what were any maybe previous diet attempts that you've had before?
Well, one other time in my life, probably about 10, 15 years earlier, I had started eating low fat. And I'd lost a pretty good amount of weight doing low fat. As a matter of fact, when I decided that I needed to get back control over my weight, I decided I would do that again. I would just start eating low fat and I would lose weight. Well, I got older, and as getting older, it did not come off like it did before when I was just eating low fat. Also, I wasn't eating healthy when I was eating then. I love corn, and I would eat a can of corn for lunch. And now we realize how horrible of a thing that would be, but it was hardly any fat in it. So I was not eating healthy, but as soon as I stopped eating low fat, of course, I gained all of my weight back quickly.
Right, right. Yes, yes. Well, it doesn't sound like you've been a yo-yo dieter, though.
No, not really. Like I had friends that did a lot of Weight Watchers and things like that. So I knew what they were eating, but I just really had only one other time in my life decided that I wanted to lose weight and did it that way.
Okay, okay, gotcha, gotcha. So what do you think made this time different with your mindset of I'm gonna just keep this off forever?
Well, my friend Nikki is the one who had told me about Shibboleth, and I'd seen her success stories online and stuff. And I went to high school with her, so it was somebody I really knew, and I could see that she had lost weight and it was working for her. So I first signed up and thought, okay, we'll see if I can do this. She did it, maybe I can do it too. And then, like I said, didn't start for a while. But then after I started, I didn't even tell anybody for the first few weeks because I was afraid, what if I don't succeed like other people do? So I didn't really tell people at first, but I started losing weight so quickly that people started asking me. And it was probably within the first month. People were like, you have really started losing weight, haven't you? And that's when I started telling everybody about Shibboleth.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I know what was your light bulb moment that you thought I need to lose weight? Did something happen?
Well, Kat and I both had a few health kind of little scares, and she had, they found some health scare issues with her, and we said, this is it. We've got to make a change. It's time to do something different. So at that point, we were like, our weight has got very out of control, and we need to do something at this
Okay.
point.
Okay, gotcha. So health scares do often
Yeah.
trigger that I've got to do something about this. Well, that's awesome. Well, so how much weight have you lost so far?
So, and I have now lost over 130 pounds. It is so crazy to even say that out loud because in January of 2019, I was 260. I then lost 76 pounds the first 6 months. And then I know, within a year at my 1 year anniversary, Shibboleth birthday anniversary, I'd lost 125 pounds and got my 125-pound badge. I was so excited. And then I've now lost 5 more. So I'm in the range where it says I'm supposed to be, where the healthy range is, which is something I never even thought was attainable.
Right, right. Well, that's amazing. Yes, I remember when you got your 125-pound badge because you and I were together with Julie and Tracy at
Yes,
Marietta Country Club the night before, and you were
yes.
telling your story, thankfully, because you're so open and willing to share your story with other people to help them. And the next morning, you got that badge. I was so excited to see that.
Oh, so excited. Yes.
Yeah. So now, though, you're literally half the person that you were when you started Shibboleth. That's amazing.
Yes.
Absolutely
Literally
amazing.
half. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yes. So tell me, what do you eat?
So early on, I've always been one of those people that I want to do it and I want to do it right. So I started off trying to do everything in the red column. And then if there was nothing in the red column, then I would move over to the blue and then the yellow. On Shibboleth, you can see the different charts. But I've always tried to, and still to this day, I stick to 1+2s, 4+2s, and pretty much only 4+2s if I'm out somewhere. 6+2s because I love my peanut butter and bran crisp. I eat that all the time. And then meal replacements. So I don't really add 3s or 5s to my meals. Very, very rarely do I. And that's usually if I have carbonara noodles, I'll add a 3 to have that. Because I like to be on the lowest end of the weight loss meter. Even now, I do that. Even now that I'm in maintenance and wellness, I try to stick to that. I do enjoy my holidays more now, so I will take holidays and I enjoy them and I eat whatever I want on those days. But I do a lot of intermittent fasting on the other days. I do a lot of wow challenges still. I even do a lot of tiger's eye days. Once a week, I do a 36-hour tiger's eye day even still.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, did you exercise at all, or do you now? Tell me your exercise story.
Okay, so the first 6 months, I did absolutely zero exercise. I did nothing, and I lost 76 pounds that first 6 months doing zero exercise. I worked for the school system, and I was out during the summer, so I'd been paying a gym membership forever, so I thought, well, I might as well go to the gym. So I started going and getting on the treadmill. And now my gym just closed because of the coronavirus, but I went outside and I got over 21,000 steps in yesterday. Not as much today, just because we were out running errands. I actually drove to Kennesaw today to go to the Shibboleth store to buy some more things. I couldn't live without my hemp bars. So had to get a few more things like that, but yes. Started
Awesome.
exercising, going to the gym. I usually go anywhere from 4 to 6 days a week now, but I still only get on the treadmill. That's all I ever do is get on the treadmill. And my goal is to get at least 10,000 steps in every time I go to the gym. If I don't go to the gym, I hope to get like 3,000 or 4,000 steps in at least a day. But on the days I go to the gym, I always try to get over 10. And if it's the day after a holiday, I do my very best to get over 20,000 so I can be an efficient fat burning the very next day. And
Yes,
I
that's
did that
awesome.
because I had a holiday.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, after losing 76 pounds too, you probably felt more like going to the gym.
Absolutely. And that's why I went, because I was like, man, I have so much more energy now. I just want to go. I want to do something.
Good.
And then I went, of course, I started off slowly on the treadmill, but as time goes on, you get faster and faster and want to stay there longer. So it's fun now. Now I do it because I love it.
Right. And that's good. That's a great mindset change. Well, now, what is your motivation to keep going?
Just to see how easy it is. Like, it amazes me when people tell me that it's difficult for them on Shibboleth. I'm like, if you follow all the rules, it's so easy. And I'm a major rule follower. So to me, if you follow the rules, it's so easy to do. I'm shocked to this day that I can eat whatever I want on a holiday and still lose weight and maintain. Like, I've said many times before, French fries, that's my thing. I always want French fries on a holiday, and I can have those. And like anything like that I really want, I'm perfectly fine to turn it away. When I'm out and somebody's having something, I'm like, it's okay. They're having French fries. It's fine. I get to have French fries on whatever day I scheduled to have my holiday. So I'm perfectly fine with saying, it's okay. I can have French fries on Friday if that's what my scheduled holiday is then. And then I don't really crave it or want it. I've got to the point now where I really enjoy all the kinds of days. I enjoy my holidays now, which I didn't at first because I was nervous that I would gain weight as soon as I had a holiday. But I love all my other days now just as much as the holidays.
I agree with you. I agree with you. And I had a challah meal when you were having a perfect meal and I was having a challah meal. I looked over at you. I said, I hope you don't mind. You're like, no, forget it. I'm going to eat what I want to on my holiday tomorrow because you had one planned the next day. So
that's
it's true.
Exactly right. And I love watching other people enjoy it. Like, I seriously, when you were having your challah meal then, I was like, oh my gosh, I love watching you be able to eat that because I know that you are going to be having another perfect day again the next day, but you got to thoroughly enjoy it. So it's fun for me now when other people are having a holiday. I'm like, oh, you get to have that today. I'm going to have this tomorrow.
It's such a sweet outlook. It really is. It really is. I love it. Well, that's awesome. Well, do you see that this program is one that you can sustain? Because, a lot aren't.
Absolutely. There is no doubt in my mind that this is for life. No doubt. I've learned so much from Shibboleth, and I'm so, so thankful that I have this knowledge now that I can and share with other people about it, because I can totally see that this is something for the rest of my life, because it's not restricting anything. There's nothing that I can't have. Like, if I'm wanting, we had Nancy's, there's a new Nancy's out here where I live, and they're thick crust pizza. My kids just came home because of the coronavirus. Don't get corona. I hear you coughing, Kim.
A little piece of saliva went down the wrong pipe.
But my kids were home too because of that. They came home from college. So we had a family game night and we all ate Nancy's pizza. It was so much fun. I was like, okay, we'll have a planned holiday. And I had this huge thick crust cheese pizza and all that. But it's fun because the very next day I had did a wow challenge and got in my over 20,000 steps. I was like, that's good. I'm already back to efficient fat burning.
Mm-hmm. It's lovely to know that we've got guidelines, and all you got to do is follow the guidelines. But then we also have food. The way I look at it is like it's like having Jesus in your life, honestly, because Jesus is there to provide the guidelines, the Word of God. The Bible provides the guidelines, but in Jesus we have freedom. Shibboleth is there to provide the guidelines, but then we also have freedom. So I don't know. It's just so amazing.
Like on lots of other diets, people are like, oh, I can't ever have that because I'm doing this or I'm doing that. I'm like, that's pretty sad, because on Shibboleth, you can have those things. You can literally have whatever you want. You just don't do it every single day.
Right. Exactly. That's right. That's where it goes. Well, did you have any lab results? I mean, I don't know, because we haven't ever talked about this. Did you ever have any blood pressure issues that you came off of, or any other lab results that improved from this?
Um, all of my lab work has always been really good. Working for the school system, you have to have labs done once a year for our insurance. So I've been very fortunate that all of my lab stuff had always been in the very good range. As a matter of fact, my good cholesterol had always been above the mark, and my bad cholesterol even below the mark. My blood pressure has definitely gotten better, though. It wasn't bad, but it is now in great ranges. But I've always been very fortunate with my lab work that I have had pretty good health with all of that. So, but I'm very excited. I was supposed to have my next scheduled one in May, and I was so excited to go. But with the virus going around now, they've canceled all of them. So we'll have to see how things happen, and then I can go get blood work done sometime.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad that you didn't have any labs before that were concerning and everything. So that's good. So
Yes.
one last question, then I'm going to show a picture of you from the
Okay.
before and after. But tell me just a snippet about how you felt before Shibboleth and how you feel now.
I would say one of the biggest things was the energy level. When I was 260, I would come home, I would be absolutely exhausted, not wanting to do anything, just really, really tired all the time. And really, pretty much, I would say within the first month, I started getting so much more energy from doing Shibboleth that I would come home and I'd be like, oh, you know what? I need to do a load of dishes. Oh, you know what? I might as well go ahead and put that load of laundry in, and just started realizing that I was doing stuff around the house that I would put off till the weekend. And I had the energy to just go ahead and do it now, which I did not have that at all before. And my joints, my knees, everything obviously feels so much better. It's funny that I can go to the gym for an hour after work and still come home and have more energy than I had when I was just leaving work before and coming straight home.
That's true. Well, I'm glad you feel better. I am so glad you feel better. Well, I'm going to share this. I'm going to share some content. Okay.
Okay.
So tell me about this picture, this before and after picture.
Yikes. Look, when the first time I decided to post that before picture, I thought, am I really going to post this? Like, seriously went back and forth a bunch. Is this even going to happen? So yeah, that was really me. And what's funny is when I show people that before picture, they're like, that's not really you. I'm like, look, that's me. I have on a t-shirt and pair of shorts there, where people at work saw me in my work clothes, but that's really 100% me. And I don't have that many before pictures because I did not want full body shots of me ever taken. That picture was taken by somebody while we were at a function, and we were outside, and they were like, here, let us take your picture. And afterwards I saw the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, we can never ever show this picture to anybody. But afterwards I was like, you know what, that's really what I look like. And I don't have many before pictures because I would immediately delete them. I have probably like 3 or 4 before pictures, and that's it. And they're random, usually me sitting or on accident that I let myself be seen in that picture. I know the other picture was when I hit my 1-year anniversary for Shibboleth. So that was when I hit my 125-pound loss on that picture. What's funny is I get a lot of questions about that picture because everybody says, but you don't have loose skin and I don't see all that. I mean, I can see some loose skin on there, but not like people message me too. It's funny, people private message me all the time when I post that picture because they say, I don't want to ask you this in front of other people, but did you lose your skin and not have all that? It's really, I completely think it's from drinking water. I've always been a big water drinker anyways. So I drink about a gallon, sometimes even over a gallon every day. And I really think that that's one of the things that has helped the very most as that. I mean, yes, when I don't have on my leggings, I definitely see lots of loose skin, but still, I feel like, and it's funny, people are like, well, but does it bother you? I'm like, not at all, because it's much better to me to have that loose skin than the fat that I had. So I'm perfectly fine having that loose skin. I'm not vain. I'm not one of those people that feels like, oh, I need to go have surgery. I'm like, look what my body has done. It has gone from that 260 to this 130, which totally amazes me.
It is. And I'll tell you, I listened to a video one time that Travis said, give skin 2 years to get back to where it is. So if anybody is thinking that, you know, lose the weight, give the skin the 2 years that it needs to get back before you make any, you know, decisions, do anything drastic. And then, so this one, you'd lost 125 pounds. This one, you'd lost 130 pounds.
Yes,
right?
That was 130 pounds there. That was the day that I literally realized that I was half of me 13 months earlier. And I was like, oh, before we go anywhere today, I need to take a quick picture so I'll remember that that was the day that I was literally half of myself.
I love that smile on your face too. And then this next picture is just a really awesome, fun, look at you. Look at you.
I mean, it's hilarious, but those were my pants, like for real. Though they were a size 22. They're not leggings, they're not stretchy pants, they were denim, and I kept that one pair of pants so I can remember. But that top picture is me standing in one leg of the pants. Like I'm literally standing in one leg of them, and like I said, they're not stretchy pants. Those were my pants that I wore. They were like in my weekly rotation of pants. So I thought, I've got to take some pictures in those pants.
I love it. I love it. And your face and your eyes and everything. That is so awesome. Well, Pinky, I'm just so excited for you. I am so thankful to know you. And I tell you, we talk about this all the time. The fact that Shibboleth has brought these awesome people into our lives is one of the greatest gifts of Shibboleth besides the weight loss.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. I love that I've made so many new friends through Shibboleth, and I love being with like-minded people that all are excited like we are about it and want to tell everybody and help everybody else too.
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. You're going to change some lives with your story. I know you already have. I know you've inspired so many people already, and we're just going to continue changing lives. And I appreciate you very much.
You too.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.